Hello buddy, welcome back to another episode of Just So I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we finished off the Gladiator side quest. And we unlocked Paladin, so we began the Paladin stuff. So I now have my Paladin Soul Crystal. And in this episode, I guess we'll go and start queuing up as a pugilist again. And while this is happening, I'm gonna go and work on... let me go and take a look though, because I think I've done everything in Thanalan for Black Mage. Yes. So go and switch over to Pugilist then. Anything more in the... Yes, Fallen Mage in Southern Thanalan. Another enemy in Southern Thanalan. And that's it. Okay, so Corpse Brigade and the Fallen Mage. We go over to the place. I'll show you where they are on the map, and then I'll just go and, you know, kill them off camera. And I might do a dungeon in between too. So, the Fallen Mage is over here. I'm pretty dang sure around this area. And the Corpse Brigade boys are over here. Alright. BRB. At least I would like to say so if I can pause the freaking recording. Okay, so I've done everything for Pugilist and Black Mage, so let's go and switch over to Paladin. Right now, and see which things I need in Thanalan. Let the Goblin. I think I know where those are. Southern Thanalan, so, and then Eastern Thanalan. Okay, so Welwick Woods, and then the Sabotender is in Broken Water. Which I think is just over here, right? Somewhere? Somewhere in these empty fields there is a cactus. Them some big boys. Yeah, there they are. So the Sabotenders are over here. I think when it comes to the Kikiran dudes are probably around here somewhere. I would think. You know what? I'll be right back. And I'll just show you where they are. I found the lead goblins. They're over here. The pathway towards this entire place, towards Cape Westwind. Alright, BRB. I've also found my quarry over here. The Kikiran Roadrunners. Even if this fate wasn't happening, I think they would still be here. So, once again, BRB after these are killed. Okay. So, one dungeon later. One dungeon and killing these enemies later. We are now done with everything in Thanalan in general, I would say. So, let me go and switch back to my authmeter. And let's go and... I guess go to the Shroud first? I need to go like everywhere anyway, so... Let's begin by going to the Shroud. Let's go to the East Shroud. And let's start taking care of some enemies over there. So, the 9 ivies. Overgrown ivy. Whoopsie. Those should be down here. Methinks. Could be wrong, but I do remember them being around here. Yes, there's also a really big fate, which I'm going to ignore because I can't beat it on my own. And also 30 seconds. Lazy Lawrence. It's a really annoying one to fight because you're really low level and not a lot of skills, meaning that you cannot really solo this one. But in later expansions you can never solo these little like boss fates anyway. Okay, my friends. Well, you know what? I'm almost done with this. I'm just gonna keep it going. Fate failed. No. yep. Right. More on the east shroud. That's south. Yes, these two. The jumping jigger and the glowflies. They are both over here, I'm pretty dang sure. Let's go and make sure. And then I can pause the recording again. Well, I'll probably do another dungeon and of course kill these enemies. Well, actually I wouldn't be so sure about the dungeon. And yeah, here they are. Alright, BRB. Okay, so I've beaten all of the enemies for my thaumaturge in the east shroud. Let's see. So more of these overgrown ivy. South, north, 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 south, east Nosh, central shroud, south shroud. Okay. So the only one that I still need to beat are these overgrown ivies as my pugilists. BRB. Okay. I have returned after whoopsie. After a dungeon run. So let me go and equip these two things that I got. These not so amazing looking pieces of gear. And I don't have anything else. So let's go and do ourselves our good old job quest. Finish off the base of I just finished off the pugilist storyline so that we can then go and unlock Monk. So much stuff in my inventory. That sure is a lot of stuff you got there. A lot of stuff that I can technically also just remove. Yeah. I do not know why I thought I was gonna... like, why I wanted to get rid of everything. It's a very weird thought process there. I'm pleased to say I managed to find and thwack all the dummies. You did well to deploy them where you did last. Thanks to you, I almost got killed several times. But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and I'm feeling stronger than I have in ages. As a matter of fact, I reckon I'm not far from regaining my former strength. One last step will get me there, and I'll take it by having another bite with you, Lynn. I want you to meet me out in the Sagodi Desert, at a settlement called the Forgotten Springs. The place is home to the most luscious Mikote maidens this side of Eorzea. Gods, I can't wait to take in their lovely forms again. Sure, buddy. Sure. So that's the reason why he goes there. Well, you know what? Gotta have some pleasures in life, I guess. Although perving on other people is not particularly the best way to spend your time. Right. This landscape takes me back, it does. Sand as far as the eye can see. Crystal clear springs cooling your feet. Scantily clad lasses giggling as they bathe and frolic. I will remember these things, but my body has forgotten the seamless combinations that earned me the epithet of Holyfist. That's where I'd have you enter, Lynn. Sparring with you is what first got me back into the swing of things. Now it's time to finish the job, but before we begin, some warming up is in order. I want you to take yourself across the dunes to the south and defeat 5 sandworms. I'll be waiting for you here. What? Don't I need a warm-up too? Oh, don't you worry, I had mine long before you arrived. Those numbers buggers never knew what hit him. If you want to be outdone by this old man, you'd best run along and give them more of the same. Right. Or I can just join this fate. And it's gone. Well. This game can be very funny sometimes. Especially when it wants to screw me over. I was really hoping that I would enter Hawk Manor and get the Hawk Manor, just like the Manor gear. Because that gear is pretty freaking snazzy. For a disciple of Wa. Go left and right, left and right. Five freaking sandworms there. That is just unnecessary, Hamon. You know I can beat these things. Confusing the living crap out of this sandworm. And maybe the audience too. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Beep, 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 beep. Yep. Ah, so you've seen to the sandworms. Marvelous. Now the real training can begin. Thanks to you, I've managed to get most of my stamina back. I'm confident that I can go the distance with the fittest of them. But if I'm to defeat Wegfar, I'll need more than just endurance. I'll need to remember how each strike transitions to the next, and you're going to help refresh my memory by pummeling the sense back into me. Use Snap Punch 3 times. I'm gonna take a look though, because Snap Punch is this one, right? No. Oh, that's this one, okay. This one. Ah! That's it, give me more! Boop. Yes, this pain, I can feel it working! This feeling, this is it! That's what I call growing pains. And now just have to defeat Hamon, because I'm not finished yet. Ah, mark me, the next round will be mine. Haha, nothing can keep me down. Face yourself, I have a mind to finish this. Wanted to do some kind of technique, just stunned them. Just kicked them in the face. I've got it. As the river flows to the sea, heedless of all that bars its path, so too must our combinations be. Ah, that even rhymes. Thank you, Lyn. The raging torrent of your blows has been as a strike of lightning to my brain case. I remember everything. My master, it's Wegfar. The man is back in Ul'Dan. He's demanding that you fight him now. So it begins. Very well. I will go to settle the score with Wegfar. You will be the first to know that the Holyfist has returned. Alright. I'm about to whoop somebody's ass. Where's this again? Oh, it's over here. I only wish that I didn't look this stupid. Well, I did technically have glamour plates, like one of these, but yeah. I want to wait until later, until I like actually start playing around with glamour. Huh, didn't expect it to come so soon, if at all. You sure you want to go ahead of this? I'm a man of reason. And I'd sooner not have to hurt you. Just give up now and we can put an end to this Mummer's farce. You can live out the rest of your days in peace. The only Mummer's farce I see is a man trying to squirm out of his own self-wrought challenge. Well, I'm going to make you the same offer. Walk away and you won't get hurt. They say Hamon Holyfist is going to perform his legendary technique. Right here in the avenue? Is it safe? Or I have no idea if it's man or woman, whatever. I see AIDS has robbed you of your wits as well as your strength. Well, if you're so eager for pain, who am I to deny you? Just remember, there ain't no going back once your head goes flying. There's like old times, eh, Wakefar? Hurrah! Did you see that? Because I sure as hell didn't. It was too fast. No, this can't be. I refuse to be beaten by a senile old fool. Get your arses out here, all of you. In case you're wondering, that was Pluto. Just a draft of it, and your body turns hard as iron. Not even blades can pierce it. Stubborn bugger. Barracuda, but why? I refuse to fight on the side of cheats. Say your prayers to whatever gods you keep. By the time I'm finished, not even your mothers will recognize you. Alright, more Alacron. So there's a lot of I've noticed that there's a surprising amount of Alacron that we are dealing with in all of these stories. It's very interesting. In my humble opinion. Right, he's hitting his own right now. Now we're on your side. I should say, where are you going? Ah, they're madness. Is it though, really? After everything you've seen? Wow, just... Sure, just go and pull them everywhere. Yep. That is that healer out of here. Wait, there's still patients with the Alacron over here. And now we kill him. Are you kidding me, dude? My god. Just keep spamming his AoEs. Oh, I missed my snap punch. And now I have to leave again because he does it again. There we go. You did it, Master Hamon. You won. Master. No, Chuchucho, we won. This factory... This factory? This factory isn't mine. This victory wasn't mine alone. Holy fisticuffs, that was incredible. You wiped the avenue with those crooks. I'm going to tell my grandchildren tales of what happened here. Our work here is done. Let us all go home to the guild. Ah yes, us all except for me. Alright. Back to the guild. I want to thank you again, Lyn. It's because of you I was able to rekindle my fighting spirit and conquer my demons. Perhaps even more importantly, Rurikata's come to his senses and should return us back to her bubbly self. Please forgive me, Master. I will have no more to do with the Alacron. I will roam the lands till I find myself, and strive to become a great pugilist like you. You've only just returned and you're leaving already? I don't suppose there's aught I can say that will change your mind, but if you ever want for company or a sparring partner, know that you're always welcome here. Ha! Youthful vigor is a blessed thing. Go well, my boy. There's not a doubt in my mind that you'll do me proud. As for you, Lyn, your combinations were a sight to behold, and right painful to receive. In helping me with my training, you've come to your own as a pugilist. The time's ripe that I taught you the technique that won me countless bouts on the bloodsands. I call it Demolish. Unleashed when in the curl form, it combines powerful punches and kicks that will send your opponents reeling. You have grown strong, Lyn, but your journey as a pugilist is far from over. To get as far as I have, you'll have to overcome many and more trials and tribulations. But whatever challenges you threaten to block your way, I'm confident that you'll be able to blaze yourself a path. So long as your spirit burns bright and your fists fly with conviction, there's nothing you can't achieve. I'm the living proof. Forge onward, young one, and create a legend for yourself, never to be forgot. Nod. Let's see. This is good. This is even better. So the leggings or the hat? Honestly, I think I want to go for the hat, because I don't like the hat that I'm wearing now. But I guess I might also not like the hat that I'm going to get now. As we learn, Demolish, which is an attack that you do at the back of the enemy. So it's an attack you do instead of Snap Punch, basically. You do it in the rear to do more damage. There's only 40 if you just hit it. If you hit it in the rear, you do 100. And it also gives a dot. So that's going to be our main dot. Right, the claws are not as good. Well, the helmet... I like it better than the other one, though. It still looks like crap, but a little bit less. Right. Tell me, do you know of Professor Eric? Are you the dude, or are you a dude? Tell me, do you know of Professor Eric? He is a scholar of Eorzean military histories, whose genius is second to none, and he is among our most valued clients. Some find him to be verbose, tedious, haughty, but never mind all that. The man spends more Gil on the Moon's research than most people see in a lifetime, hence our amicable relations. His latest work has him visiting the sites of ancient battlefields. He insists on surveying lands plagued by savage beasts. According to him, the beasts keep man away, and less intrusion by man means greater preservation. Whatever his reasons, should the professor meet an untimely fate, we will be unable to collect the Gil he has borrowed, much less the interest. Oh, and it would be a terrible loss for the academic community, and so on and so forth. Yes, yes. The point is, the man must needs be guarded. To that end, I sent a monk of Alamigo to see to his safety, and it turns out that the bloody oaf has no work ethic about him, just like an Alamigan. The professor cannot focus on his work if he feels endangered, and so has demanded we assign him a new bodyguard. That's why I'm glad to see you, Lyn. The professor is awaiting his escort as we speak, and I'd like for it to be you. You are yet a mere pugilist. Perhaps this task would provide some insight into what it is the monkhood does around here. Make for the Goldsmiths Guild, and there seek out our good Professor Eric. The professor claims he will pay his debts and his fees for his protection once his research is complete. See to it that our investment doesn't end up under the paw or the maw of some nasty beast. Hiccups. Don't you love them? Especially when they're audible. I have a lot of shit in my inventory. Or just a lot of stuff in my inventory. Right. The Goldsmiths Guild. I like gold. Ah, my munch-prone maidservant, I presume. You may and shall call me Eric. You are to guard my life, even at the cost of your own, and aid in my revolutionary research whenever and however asked. Know that my primary endeavor is to reconstruct the military histories of old through the etheric analysis of ancient battlegrounds. I assume the words conjure in your simple mind romantic images of vast plains and open valleys with armies charging blindly at one another. False. I seek to know where the armies of old were deployed, where they made camp and marched. No doubt you think such lands to be those sung of in the Song of Bards. False. They are here, beneath our very feet, and to find them and determine precisely how events unfolded upon them is my purpose. No doubt you jumped at the chance to aid in my work. Tell me, which of my treaties have you read? All of the... None? Gods, I knew you adventurers had a reputation for being unlettered. Didn't know you actually made efforts to remain so. Ugh, it matters not. I require that you work with diligence, unlike that Widergeld buffoon. Or Wittergeld? I guess Wittergeld. Buffoon. The man proved to be sloth itself. Alas, he is a monk of Alamico. I suppose the fool was too busy opening his chakra or whatever it is those barbarians do all day. I admit he seemed keenly interested in my research, but now he's gone off to 12 knows where and is yet to return. Do you understand the sheer magnitude of this inconvenience? Good, good. You show that much promise, at least. Now let us speak more of my work. Our first destination is the Sildi excavation site in central Townland. I believe events of great import to the history of the Sildi transpired here. Surely, if you have ears, you have heard of Sildi. Or are you deaf as well as dull? Very well, I see you require some instruction. It would be remiss for me, as an academic, to allow you to wallow in such ignorance. Sildi was plunged into chaos in the wake of King Lalawefu's demise, or the King of Springs, as it was known. Despite the success of economic performance, fomented unrest among the people, resulting in violent outbreaks throughout the kingdom. Sildi was, Babel, Sultan at the time. Distant descendant attack was ordered. And so, irony of ironies, hadn't been for that horse, nod. Fascinating, is it not? It is enough to convince one things could not have happened any other way, no? False. One of my colleagues disagreed with his interpretation of events. He claimed to have evidence suggesting otherwise, with all traces of its disappearance before it was published. Mine own research shall unearth any such evidence, should it truly exist. I shall know the truth. Granted, you are not the brightest coal in the brazier, but surely such a prospect entices even you. And so we make for the Sildi excavation site in central Thailand. Travel the way before me to see that it is safe. And once there, set up this yes. Ethermometer, I think. And should you ever care to know more of the Eorzean military history, do come and see me. It is a personal crusade of mine to guide the dullards of this realm towards some mediocrum of enlightenment. Ah, another inquiry. That sad, wonderful moment when ignorant curiosity overcomes pride. Right then, let us begin. So I can actually get these things. I'm gonna read this in my normal voice, because otherwise I'm gonna die, I think. I need hardly mention that Sildian civilization is now centuries dead. Sildi was plunged into chaos in the wake of King Lalawefu's demise, or the King of Springs, as it was known. Despite the success of his economic reforms, the tax increases he imposed did not sit well with his subjects. This, coupled with a prolonged sequence of untimely droughts, fomented unrest among the people, and in time sparked violent unrest throughout the kingdom. Sildi was not alone in its want for water. Ul'dah too felt the effect of the droughts. The Sultan at the time, Sasagan ul Sisigan, but perhaps you recognize the Ul name. The current Sultana, Nanamo ul Namo, represents the second Ul dynasty. She is Sasagan's distant descendant. Now where was I? Ah, yes. Right, so, Sasagan ordered an attack on Sildi to claim the water resources discovered as a result of Lalawefu's flood control acts. But the royalty and nobility of Sildi would not remain idle. They mobilized their nation in the face of this crisis, and the people fought with great tenacity against the Ul'dah threat. The full strength of both nations met in battle, and the end result was an arduous, protracted conflict. Though arguably more desirable than surrender, the ruling Sildian elite took little pleasure in having succeeded in uniting the theretofore cruelless citizenry to fight. For despite all they accomplished, every day spent waging war dragged the nation's financial affairs, which you will recall had only just been brought under control, back into the mire. To bring an end to the long military deadlock, Sildi devised and set about implementing a perverse yet ambitious strategy. It sought to zombify the deceased among its army, that they might fight again. At first, it appeared to have worked, yet at the height of hostilities, the Sildings lost control over the necrotic creations, the undead turned on their masters, and before long the zombification had spread to a majority of the population. Ever knowing an opportunity when they saw one, the Yuldans used this to justify their war, now proclaiming it a crusade to send these zombies to Thal. After seeing to the extermination of all zombies outside the city, they then sealed the gates of Silding, entrapping both the living and dead within. And that, in brief, is a history of the fall of Silding. Only pray that your feeble mind is able to retain it. Interesting. Now, let us go and get this etherometer. Etherometer. That's a word. Warm welcome. So that I may become a monk. Right. An odd contraption used for measuring surrounding ether levels. Well done. Now, we need only wait for the etherometer to gauge the... There are fiends about, Lynn. They are often drawn to the lingering sense of blood and death. Well, this is what you're here for. Have at it. Time to punch these imps to death. Beat the bloody hells out of the blasted things. There are measurements to be taken. That's a word. That's a way to deal with it. Yes, that's it. The data is flowing now. Rabisu. Ah, here comes a true foe. I love how I changed this entire dude's voice, I think. I'm not sure though, I don't remember. That's what happens when you do a lot of freaking side content. Most fascinating, this data will prove invaluable. As I get hit. Really? That was fine. Why there, waiter Gelt, so good of you to drag yourself all this way. You're purblind sluggard. Ah, and Lynn, you have far exceeded what admittedly low expectations I had of you. I suppose introductions are in order. Far be it for me to deny the realms unread the comfort of one another's company. Widergeld, Lynn Widergeld, the monk I spoke of, sent me by Gagaruna. I tried to make a pupil of Widergeld as well, but he has a little mind for history. His primitive beliefs in the witchcraft of chakra and spiritual energies have a tenacious hold on him. Oh, truly. This is the area where there have been sightings of walking dead. I've heard the tales. Some claim they've seen an apparition wearing the garb of an ancient commander. Careful, there are still dangers about. His work is dear to him, that is good. His thirst for knowledge, for truth, discovery awakens him. You too have awoken, a friend. Can you not feel it? Do not be frightened. Here was a battle, long ago. much energy remains. It has found you. It flows through you. Your chakra has been opened. This was a light that shone from you. It is as Eric said. Wither Guild is my name. I am a brother of the monkhood. My order is the Fist of Roger. Our way is to train the body and mind. The fist is our weapon. With it we put down our enemies. The energy within us moves the fist. The chakra is the seat of that energy. It is a sacred place. It can be opened, and the life force within controlled. Chakra exists in all that lives, in all beings. Yet not all beings can open them. Much training is needed, and great discipline. With these, the life force can be commanded. There are those who require no training. Their inner strength is such that it forces the chakra open. I have heard of this happening, but never have I seen it, until now. I see in you great conviction. You mean to walk the monk's path, and so I will give you this. A soul crystal, the mark of my order. None but a monk may hold it, and only then will the orders leave, but your chakra is awakened, that is clear, and so you are worthy. Many bore that crystal before you. It remembers them, their breath and their movements. They will one day be yours, but your chakra must open further. Only then can the crystal's memories enter you. This is no more than the beginning. Now you must train. Learn to control the life force within you. With time, you will master it. We stand on an ancient battleground. A great war was waged here. The spirit of the fight lingers. The ether reaches for the chakra. It aids in their opening. That is why we monks seek such lands. Eric seeks these lands for reasons of his own. The fates favor you in this. Follow him. Your chakra will grow ever more. Professor Eric is leaving. Professor Eric is leaving. Fear not. I will see to his safety. Please, sister, the etherometer. Gather it and bring it to the Goldsmith's Guild. I never noticed that he, like, uses really short sentences. It's a very interesting thing. Yoink. No. Keep on pressing the wrong freaking button. I can't believe you've done this. Right. Well, look who has decided to grace us with their presence. Did you enjoy the saunter back? I was just about to begin my analysis. So if you have matters you wish to speak on, I'd ask that you save it for... You've brought your etherometer. Excellent. I had a feeling you might not be entirely useless. Now, let us see what discoveries await. Wither Guild passed along a soul crystal to you. Moved to join the monkhood by the bone-headed clod, were you? Ugh. Well, I suppose it is the best that my pupils get along. But I do believe I will see to it that you are sent to separate locations for the next round of measurements, and I dare say the land to which I intend to send you is fraught with dangers. You had best tread the monk's path quickly if you mean to defend yourself, and me besides. Right, let me get a rock breaker. Ah, okay, yeah. That is another AoE. Monk unlocked. As we learn, a rock breaker. Okay. Now I want to talk to you again. Small talk. Okay, so you only have this still. Okay, my friends, I think I'm gonna go and leave it off over here, and... oh, yeah. Shit. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it off over here, and next episode we're gonna go and continue working on Black Mage, I think. And also, you know, just continue working on all the... on all of the hunting log stuff, and basically doing the same that we have been doing, and then just continuously leveling up these jobs and all that jazz. Goodbye.